gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, All Things Business. Boy, have I got a treat for you guys today. This young lady is an amazing friend of mine. I've been knowing for a decade or two. Just an extraordinary person. I know you guys are going to get a lot out of it. Let me tell you about Miss Solomon, even though her name is, Angela. I always call her Miss Solomon out of respect. Now, this woman is a network marketer extraordinary. Hold it. She's also an attorney. Yeah, she's an attorney. She's also an author. Oh, yeah. She's also a real estate developer. She's an avid golfer. She is a mother of three young men, handsome young men. She's also a wife of a dear friend of mine. Without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to my dear friend, Miss Angela Solomon. Good morning, dear. How you doing today?
I am amazing. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Well, with all these hats and titles and being our channels, all things business, everything from you being an attorney, also a real estate developer, that means a lot. And also have done things as far as an author and also head atop of a network marketing company as well as a mother of three. And some people have to figure, wow, she's done a lot. I don't have that much time. And juggling it all around, plus being, married to my friend, a wife as well. Tell us about your business and which I know there's so many things. You wear so many different hats, like so many people do. What has been some of the most important things you see in being in business such a long period of time?
That's a great question. So, I started being an entrepreneur after being introduced to network marketing in 1995. For that, I was just following the route that my parents and my grandparents told me to success, which was to go to school, get good grades, graduate and get a job. And so that's what I did. I graduated, I got a job in Minneapolis, Minnesota. After I got my bachelor's of business administration. And I was so excited. I was a new graduate living in the corporate world. I thought I was really, really, living a life downtown Minneapolis. And I got introduced to a network marketing opportunity that showed me for the first time the power of residual income. Residual income is doing something one time, getting paid over and over and over again. So, since from that day to this, I have been on a quest to create multiple streams of residual income because I know that at a certain point, I don't want to work as hard as I did in my 20s. I want to build something that can continue to pay me without me, putting forth as much effort. So the businesses that I have all been focused on creating residual income.
That is powerful. So tell us, when did you become an attorney? How that pop into the picture here?
So I decided to go to law school in 1996. I'm dating myself, giving all these dates. I shouldn't give up the dates, but yeah. So I decided to go to law school. I was working for a Fortune 50 company, probably a Fortune 10. I don't know. I haven't seen the ratings, but a really prominent financial services company in Minneapolis. And I wanted to get an advanced degree. I saw the people climbing the corporate ladder, and I just knew I was destined for the boardroom. And I knew in order to do that, to bolster my prospects of being able to do that, I needed an advanced degree. So I first looked at getting an MBA. So I tried to apply to some executive MBA programs, but they wanted me to have more years of work experience. So I was like, you know what? Why don't I go to law school? Because with a law degree, it's so versatile and it's information that you can use in every aspect in business and in other ways. So I thought that a law degree would probably serve me better and be more flexible than an MBA. So that's what I did. I went to law school for that.
Wow. Wow. When you came out of law school, did you practice law at all for a very long
I
time, or did you?
did. I did. I practiced law. I was a corporate and business lawyer. I loved it. I love working with entrepreneurs. I love the entrepreneurial spirit, the vision, the excitement, of helping entrepreneurs start businesses, form businesses. I was negotiating mergers and acquisitions with, Fortune 500 companies, work doing contracts, drafting and negotiating contracts for small business owners. I mean, it ran the gamut, filing trademarks and copyrights. I mean, I really, really enjoyed working in that area as an attorney at a law firm.
Uh, when you said corporate acquisition, I thought of Mr. Lewis, the guy that came up with the book, Watching Why All the White Guys Have All the Fun. I just reread that again about a month ago. That's powerful. So from there, after law school, and decided that you got your your law degree, and then you pursued. Tell us a little bit about development. You got into real estate development. How did that happen?
So right around the time that I was working at the law firm, we decided that we need. I had a small child. I had one son at that point, and we wanted to diversify our income. Add another income stream. So we started looking into real estate and the power of building wealth through real estate. So that's kind of what happened. We acquired our first rental property. And after that, the market was just super hot. So then, we went to a couple real estate seminars and really just delved into the knowledge of being a real estate investor. And so one of the parts of investing that appealed to us was fixing and flipping houses. That means, acquiring a house that needs some work, fixing it up and then selling it. And so, we started doing that. And that was just, I mean, really, really fun and really great. By this time, I had like my three sons. And I just remember every time a house that we finished a house, we would always go on vacation. So it was a trip. It was a treat for the kids. We would, buy a house, fix it, sell it, vacation, buy a house, flip. So it was just like a celebration of, but it was really, really fun. Loved being able to enhance neighborhoods and communities. Take that horrible looking house on a block and helping to beautify it so that the community could be better. So it was good for us, but it was also good for communities that we were working in.
Dude, I know your son's like, Mama, you got to buy another house. We got to go on another vacation.
Exactly, that was their treat.
But you know what? You said something that's really important. I want our listeners to understand. She decided they decided to go through real estate. In other words, to increase their knowledge, they're willing to pay to increase their knowledge on a subject matter that they were new to. And because they got the knowledge and sought the knowledge out, and then start implementing what they got. That's why it's important to implement what you get on this channel. And then turned around and built a business where every time they sold the one, her three sons would go on vacation. What a great family goal, folks! Isn't that great? I don't know about you guys, but I had to write that one down. So I know the boys were excited about every time you start a new project. Weren't they kind of excited or what?
Oh yeah, they were with me every step of the way. By this time, I had left the law firm, and I was just doing this, and I would always take them with me. So they're like, under 5 years old at this time, but I would always take them to the properties, and some of the properties would be, awful. When we first got
Yeah,
them, and, I would leave them in the car, we put crack the window and lock the doors, and go meet with the contractor. So they watched, this whole process happen. So I just thought it was the best thing to be able to show them the fruits of labor.
yeah. Well, not only that, but I think it's smart to show the next generation, your upcoming young kids, young people, look at mommy and daddy. This is how we make money. This is how we can afford the trips we take. This is I love it. I call it on the job training to teach your sons. Here's how we can be able to afford things. This is how the world works. This is how wealthy people get wealthier. And you said the key thing to invest in to get wealthy through the power of real estate. I love that. So, how many vacations would you say they? How long would you do that? How many vacations would you say they went on? Let's just put it that way, in a
Oh my
couple year
gosh.
period.
We went on a bunch, but we went on a bunch of
Yeah,
vacations. We went on a couple of Disney cruises. I mean, their passports have been, stamped all the way up. They were young travelers. They had suitcases, luggage with their monograms on. I mean, they're professional travelers at, a very young age. And we still, enjoy traveling together today.
now I think the the youngest is in high school, almost entering college.
All of my sons are college graduates.
Okay, they all graduate. I'm sorry, I'm a couple years behind. My bad. Excuse
Yes.
me.
All of them, yes.
Well, that's awesome. Now let's lead into how did you become an author? What brought that on? Tell the audience about that.
So I was involved in a network marketing business, and in network marketing, a lot of times it requires work when other people aren't working, right? So it's kind of like a plan B, a side hustle for a lot of people. So we would have meetings in the evenings and on weekends when other people are, really just relaxing and enjoying, the time off from their 9 to 5. So it really is something that you build alongside something that, you're doing 9 to 5. And so a lot of spouses would really have a lot of pushback because their spouses are, putting in time learning and being coached on how to build a network marketing business on the hours that their spouse would normally be with them or be with the family, or enjoying the Saturdays, at the kids' games, or, doing whatever. So it really requires, time to put in the time that, aren't working generally 9 to 5. So nonetheless, it would just cause a lot of friction sometimes between spouses, because you have to put a time investment in oftentimes before you see a real return on that time. So it just can cause a lot of friction in a marriage. So I said, I was getting so many questions from wives, and more so husbands, asking me to speak to their wives, to just ask them for some grace, ask them to, give them some patience while they tried to build this network marketing business. And so I was getting the same question from a lot of people. So I was like, why don't I just write a book about it? So, I don't have to, keep giving the same speech, and it could help, even those people who are afraid to speak up and ask for help. So that's how I decided to write the ultimate guide for the network marketer's bride: Get the Love You Desire and Build an Empire. And so I wrote the book, and it's been, the feedback that I've gotten from it is just very useful. It just talks about, the network marketing industry and what it requires and the benefits of it, and why they should consider seriously giving their spouse that's interested in building wealth and building that stream of income for their family, just why they should seriously consider giving them that grace and that patience that they're asking for.
You said the word wealth again. That's the second time you used it. First was in real estate wealth, and the second thing is network marketing wealth. And I love how you said that. That was very important for people to understand. I hope you guys heard that. And she said, building the network marketing business alongside. And a lot of times there's like you said, there's tension because one gets the vision, and like you said, which is very important, it takes time away from the family a little bit. It takes a while from watching little Bobby's or little Susie's game to put an hour or two a day and to build some assets. A lot of times we're so programmed that we got to get gratification now, 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 not understanding to put a little bit of time in another business that's building leverage and residual at the same time, that down the road, 3 or 4 years or 5 years, whatever it may be, you can have a super nice income residually, which I know is amazing. I
Yes.
remember we were on vacation once, and in a country visiting, taking a vacation together. We were all together, and you saw this watch you wanted, and you went and got it because it was, you could. And that's the power of that network marketing does for people. It gives people the attitude, the latitude to go build something and put time into something that's going to really take care of them and their family down the road. Wow. If you're a new person listening to, okay, I'm listening to Miss Solomon here. I'm new to real estate. I'm new to network marketing. I just want to build a business. I want to be an author. I know that's a wide brush of question, but what would you say to that new person that's listening that has those questions about those three different avenues?
The question being how to start, or how to
Well,
what?
how to start? Let's do that. Let's see how to start, and what tips could you give them, the audience?
Well, I think that, being an entrepreneur is not easy. But I think that it's important to find something that you can really get behind, because it's going to take some time to be successful. And that's one thing I would say, is to, first of all, never give up, and to also surround yourself by people that are going to cheer you on. Surround yourself by people who are like-minded. If you have a bunch of negativity around you, people telling you you're not going to work, it's not going to work, you're never going to be successful, you're, this crazy, because entrepreneurs, we think differently than other people, so I think it's important to find your tribe of people who are successful entrepreneurs that you can learn from, people who are building entrepreneurs, people who are doing the same thing that you're doing, so that you all can kind of create a mastermind of what works, and kind of, grow faster. You can go a lot faster with other people than you can alone. So I think that the one thing I would say always is just to find your tribe, find people that are thinking like you, have a similar mindset, so that you all can support each other.
That's a great answer. Now, think back for a second. Let's just ask this question. If you would start today, what would you do differently if you would even do anything differently?
I don't think I would do anything differently. I mean, I appreciate the journey. I've learned a lot. I've had a lot of failures. I tried, a lot of things. A lot of things didn't work, but then, things did. So, I mean, and that's how you learn. I feel like everything I've done has built upon the next thing to be able to get me to
Yes.
the success on this thing. So it's I don't have any regrets. I wouldn't do anything differently. I think that everything was a stair step to the next thing that I was going to be successful in.
That's a very good answer. Matter of fact, my next question was, is there any regrets? You said there's no regrets. I love that. I love it. Let's look at failures. Let's talk about that because we don't want everybody to think it's all peach. And I know you know this. It's not all creams and peaches or whatever they say. But let's talk about a couple of failures because we all go through them. I mean, I went through many of them. My God, so many. So let's talk about a couple of failures to encourage people out there.
Oh, wow. I mean, I've lost money in real estate development. The housing market crashed in 2008. And, I got caught with some properties that I couldn't sell right away, couldn't finish, lost money on that. So lost money in real estate. That's not fun, but, it happens. But, it didn't stop me. I mean, you just, lick your wounds and keep it going. I've had a bunch of business ideas to start. And they fell flat before they kind of really got off the cutting room floor. So, just try, see what's going on, see if there's a market for, the business idea. And if it's not, then, cut your losses and keep it moving. I mean, I've tried so many things, all the things that it's like, all the things you're saying that I did, yeah, I did, but you don't see the 50 other things that I tried that didn't work. So,
There you go.
yeah, I mean, it's just, talking to people and it's especially in network marketing, talking to people and believing that and wanting success for them more than they want for themselves, putting a lot of time in people for them to just be like, you know what, I quit. I'm doing something else. So I mean, everything has just been a learning experience. And I will say, I mean, just personal development can help you build your resilience as an entrepreneur person. Just, being able to believe in yourself and have a positive mindset. So when you go through these failures, which are inevitable to happen, you can be resilient and keep going.
That's so important. I here's my saying: part of winning is losing. I'll say that again. Part of winning, folks, is losing. Let me share something with you. If I can win 80% of the time and lose 20% of the time, we're still ahead of the game. Part of people want to not lose, not lose, not lose, not lose, but that's part of winning. How will you know? So, like here again, 80% or even 70% of winning, and I'm losing 30%. It's still I'm a winner. I'm ahead of the game. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, um, the thing about failure, I think people don't understand it. It's another way of keeping score. But what would you tell a person out there who's listening and saying, you know what, this makes a lot of sense. I've now heard Miss Solomon talk. I've gotten some encouragement. My next step is this. And what kind of encouraging words would you give a person out there who just have begun and maybe knock down like crabs coming out of the barrel because as crabs come out of the barrel, the other crabs pull them down and tell them you can't do this or they take their legs off so they don't climb up again and kill their spirit. What would you say to somebody to encourage them out there who's listening?
I would say, like I said before, I think it's so important. Number one, mindset. Just to, get into personal development. Nowadays, it used to be back in the day, we could, just read books, but now you got books on audio, you're in your car, you can, put on your audio book. You can, there are positivity apps. There are so many ways, videos on YouTube. There are so many ways for you to manage your mindset because it's like a roller coaster. You're going to have some ups, some downs, some ups and downs. And if you're having a down and you have people around you that are saying negative things to you, you may want to give up. You may want to quit. You may start believing the naysayers. And as an entrepreneur, like I said, it takes a while. You're not going to be an overnight success. All the successful people you see, they have put in the time to be successful. So you really
Amen.
have to kind of manage your mindset so that you can keep going. When negative things happen, when failures happen that we just talked about, you really have to manage your mindset. And the other big thing is to find your tribe. Find your tribe of people that are going to support you, cheer you on. Some people may not even understand exactly what you're doing, but they're always going to be there for you with a positive word. The other thing is to, immerse yourself in training about what you're trying to do, whether, it's a group training, or if you get a coach, if somebody that's already been successful, if you can have a mentor in them so that they can help you along the way. I mean, so those are the big things. Manage your mindset, immerse yourself in training, and find your positivity tribe for support. I think those are the three things, pieces of advice that I would give.
Wow. And folks, like I said, you can always go back on the channel here and find my new book came out called God's Gifts. It is 18 minutes and some change of the audio. I hope that blesses you. We have been I've been waiting for this interview because I know my dear friend Miss Solomon is super busy with golfing and other things and building businesses and her sons. And, I've been a community leader. We just touched on some of the professional things she's done. And, I wanted to keep it that way because I want you guys to understand here's a woman that has her plate. Oh, you would say some of us say got two or three things filled on our plate. She has many things on her plate, and she still finds room to help the community. She feels finds room to be. Her sons are all young adults. So I mean, think about it. She's an author. She's an attorney. She's a real estate developer. She's an avid golfer. She's a mother of three, and she's a wife to my dear friend. And she still is just busy. But notice this: busy people get things accomplished. So, Miss Solomon, tell me something about your golf. I know you're an avid golfer. Tell us about that a little bit. Tell the listeners about your golfing. And you had a podcast, but your golfing overshot the podcast, so you stopped that. And tell us about your golfing. I
All
know you're
right.
an avid golfer.
So I had taken golf lessons over the years, but I never actually got out to play on the golf course until the pandemic happened. Because during the pandemic in 2020, golf was one of the only things that was open. It was outside, it was socially distant, and you could just, be outside safely. And so my girlfriends and I, who had all taken these lessons but never made it to the course, I encouraged them to meet me at the golf course one day. And it kind of stuck because it really was just really about, just having time with your friends, a break from the craziness that we were living through in the pandemic, the stress of the day, just kind of getting outside and laughing. But as we started to meet every Thursday at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because we wanted to be out of the way of the real serious golfers, our ball started not going so far in the woods, started straightening up and getting on the fairway. And we were like, you know what, this thing is pretty cool. And other women, other friends of ours wanted to join us. We were like, oh no, we just started hitting our balls a little bit straighter. So we don't want to, go back. But we had so much interest, I decided to host a golf clinic on June 1st, 2021. And that was the beginning, the first event ever of Queens on the Greens. So that is the name of our golf community. It's Queens on the Greens. From that day in 2021, we've now expanded to 5 chapters. We have a chapter in Maryland. Our second one was in Detroit, Michigan. Our third one is in Chicago, Illinois. Our fourth chapter is in North Dallas, Texas. And our fifth chapter that we brought on this year was in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, which is the golf capital of the world. So we are
Wow.
400 women golfers strong. We travel, we have so much fun. Our motto is friendship, fitness, and fun. We play golf and we have a good time.
Now, you said friendship, business, and fun are the three cat.
That's
I just want
our
to make sure I got
motto.
it.
Friendship, fitness, and fun is our motto.
And fitness and fun. Okay, the Queens on the Green. I like that. Started at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, out of the way the avid golfers, and now there's over 400 women strong. Queens on the Green. That
Yes.
is amazing.
Yes. It's so
Wow.
much fun. And it's about golf, but it's so much bigger than golf. We are networking for business and career growth. We are getting outside and moving, for physical and mental fitness. And we're just, enjoying each other. A lot of us are empty nesters. So we really are, building friendships and relationships that will last for the rest of our lives.
I remember. I'm not gonna. I remember I was on a podcast. I brought yeah a podcast. No, it was a Zoom call a few months ago, I remember a lady on there was so excited about you guys getting together golfing. I'm like, huh. And she was part of the other side of your business, the network market side. She was talking about it. And I said, wow, that's amazing. So I did not know it had grown up to 400 women in 5 chapters. I'm like, wow,
Yes.
man, that is that's amazing. So now watch this. This came out of an idea that you had, right?
Yeah, this came out of an idea because just actually, solving a problem, which is, the secret to entrepreneurship, solving a problem. It was the pandemic. The problem was we wanted to still get together. We were being too separated. We wanted to get together with our friends and have a good time. So that was that. And then people started asking, they wanted to join us. And I said, you know what, why don't we, just have a golf clinic? The golf clinic was sold out. People wanted to get together. We got together every 2 weeks to solve that problem. And it has just grown. I mean, obviously there was a need that wasn't being met that we decided to meet. So I think that's why it's
Wow.
grown so fast.
Well, let me help you with that. Where's the next tournament? And how could somebody join? I know this because my podcast go around the world. When can somebody you have some information how somebody could join and become a part of that? Please give it to us.
Yeah, so our website is queensonthegreens.com. So there, our membership information is on there. We were out also just featured on a documentary called "We Are Here," and that is actually on YouTube. We Are Here, Queens on the Greens. Our next tournament, we have a annual golf tournament. We just did our third annual golf tournament. We give money to the community. We raise money to support youth golf programs. We're able to support 2 local high schools here in Maryland, but we also support individual grantees who need money for golf equipment, golf instruction, golf tournaments, and travel to be able to compete in these competitive tournaments out of their local area. So we're very into supporting the youth with our 501c3, which is the Queens on the Greens Foundation. Our fourth annual golf tournament is scheduled for Friday, September 19th, 2025. So we have our annual golf tournament for our charitable arm. And we have our for-profit arm that is just all about friendship, fitness, and fun for the women. So we're doing a lot, but having a good time
So,
with it all.
so the fourth one is going to be September 25th. Where it's going to be?
September 19th
Oh,
in
September
Maryland,
19th.
in Upper
Amen.
Marlboro.
Okay. But ladies and gentlemen, she's out. Tell everybody where you're out of that way, because I know we didn't touch base, but you did say Maryland.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I live in Maryland, right outside Washington D.C. But like I said, we have 5 chapters that are in Chicago, Detroit, Dallas, Myrtle Beach, and coming to another metropolitan city near you.
Near you. I love it. I love it. And you said something that was really powerful, folks. I hope you guys around the world heard what she said. She says, what an entrepreneur does, and I quote, solve a problem. Wow, that is so true. And that was worth the podcast in itself, solving a problem. She saw a need and she solved the problem. But not only a need, it was one of the things that she enjoyed and truly enjoyed doing. And it turned into a business. Did you notice she said profit and nonprofit side of it? The profit is to help the community, give back to schools and people who want tournaments. I mean, schools that, and also helping people with their equipment and things. And there's a profit side for the women and just having fun. Wow, that's amazing. That is so commendable. And I'm glad we dove into this because this is amazing. Maybe I'm gonna say something funny about coming out September 15th into the event. But thank you so much. What else? Wow, wow, that is amazing. So, what was your next chapter? What would you like to see? I mean, I know it could pop up anywhere, but where would you like to see your fifth chapter or sixth chapter pop up? What city?
In addition to an international chapter that we're working on right now, I would love to have a chapter probably in
Las
Atlanta.
Vegas. I'm sorry. What was that?
In Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Yes. So if you're out there, if you're in Atlanta and you want to learn and play golf, because we welcome golfers of all experience. You don't have to be a pro. You can never have had a club in your hand. So our mission is to empower more women of color to learn and play golf. So if you are interested in golf, you want to play with us, come on, especially if you're in Atlanta. We'd love to have a chapter there.
Did you hear what I said before you said Atlanta?
I didn't. What'd you say?
I said Las Vegas.
Well, yeah, we've been to Vegas too. We actually took a trip to Vegas this year. I mean, last year. We had so much fun. played a couple
That's
courses
so
out there.
that is so amazing. Now you said something that perked my ear up. You said something about international. Can you what country are you looking at there? Because I know you say you're working on it. Can you mention
I'm gonna
that?
keep that. I'm gonna keep that close.
Okay,
Keep
gotcha. I
that
was
close.
wondering if we could pry it out of you a little bit.
No,
What
I'm
part?
gonna keep that one close. But we're going international. Yes.
Yeah, I might have to get me might have to get my my passport dusted off and be able to be out in the stands or be out in the stands cheering the ladies on as I have a cold one from the clubhouse. But
Yes.
that's amazing. That's amazing. So does Mr. Orrin kind of go to any of the trips with you?
No, these are ladies trips. These are
Well,
for the
I
ladies.
know the ladies trip. He might want to carry the bags for you and be
No,
your
no, no,
cat, your
no.
caddy.
We are just enjoying this time of our lives, just spending some good girlfriend time,
I
golfing
love it.
and really enjoying our spa. They're golf and spa getaways when we travel. So we do a little golfing,
Oh yeah.
get some spa treatments and really just enjoy the time.
Yes, women time together. I tell you what, when mama happy, everybody happy. Mama ain't happy, no. That is so amazing. I love to hear this. I had no idea you already had chapters. I knew you guys did avid golfing, but this is powerful. Ladies and gentlemen, hey guys, maybe some guys out there from around the world internationally and also in the United States, Canada, or wherever you're at in the world, maybe you guys want to start a men's one, kind of what they're doing off the same idea. I know there's a lot of tournaments, but what about just, yeah, I think that's a great idea. And I think it's well needed. And I need to give you some kudos. That is amazing how
Thank
something
you.
small turned into something so large, and now before we know it, she'll probably be up to 15 different segments of the women's on the queens on the green. I love that. That is amazing. Wow, wow. So let me ask you a question before we close this out. Where do you see queens on the greens in 3 to 5 years? What would you visualize to see it?
So I see Queens on the Greens in every metropolitan city because one of the functions of Queens on the Greens, it's never fun to be the only one in any location. And for a long time in golf, if you were a woman, if you were a person of color, you would be one of the few, if not the only person at the golf course or at the country club. But as Queens on the Greens grows, we are going to every metropolitan city here in the United States. And like I said, even internationally, if you love golf, you can always reach out and find a friend. We have a large community that we stay in touch, we stay in communication. If you are traveling to Chicago, if you're traveling to a city where you don't know anybody, you'll have a queen there. You can meet at the golf course and spend some time outside and having a good time. So, we're just really just building a community, a movement really, of people just being more active and more connected.
Wow, like a golf sorority. I love it.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Come on, we need to have kings on the green. Come on, guys. Oh my God, this is encouraging. This is great. I love this. Well, listen, young lady, we took enough of your time. We thank you so much because you gave me some ammunition, something to think about. And I really appreciate your time. And I mean, ladies and gentlemen, think about it. As an author, an attorney, real estate developer, avid golf, has turned golf into Queens on the Green with 5 chapters, 6, 7, 8, and going international with over 400 women now. And just doing some phenomenal things. A mother of three, a wife to her husband. What I mean, just man. So don't say how busy you are. Look at her schedule. She's busy, but you never heard her say, "I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that." She makes time by scheduling everything in her schedule properly. Miss Angela Solomon, my dear friend, thank you so much for sharing your time, your heart, and also blessing people from around the world that's going to be watching this, is going to get a blessing out of this. And hopefully, more than anything, encouraging people they can too. So give us a word or two in closing, because I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So a few words in closing.
I just want to just thank you for all you've done, Al. You've really inspired me as an entrepreneur. You really embody the spirit of just caring for people, which is even evident with what you're doing now. Your book you wrote, this podcast that you're doing, really just trying to help people in their lives. So I just want to thank you for your contribution to helping entrepreneurs grow their businesses, helping entrepreneurs start their businesses, and just being an awesome mentor and coach and person that you are. So thank you so much for inviting me to share this today.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining today. Like I said before, hit the like button, get this out to several people, and watch it again and again and again. And take notes. Take care. God bless. And thank you from around the world.